for tequila, but before we do, Ron is going to explain what that crazy thing is that's being passed out. You have two of them now. This is your snack. This is your treat. This is also the very beginning, the foundation for what Tomas is about to teach us about, because that is terroir in and of itself right there. So,
working in Oaxaca, I like to bring out the materia prima. I want people to taste. Many of you have been at tasting rooms we've done, and no one else has ever done this for some reason, or not a lot of people. These are slices of earth roast agave heart, and these particular hearts have been roasted in the earth over hot rocks that have been heated previously by a 12-hour huge wood fire. There's a cone-shaped pit in the earth that gets about a cubic yard of oak trunk wood, and over that small stones are piled, and coals are dropped down through the roof of that pile of rocks, and you get a fire that burns for about 12 hours, and when the fire is out, the leftover fiber from the last process, you'll see the fiber in here, covers those rocks so the hearts don't burn. The pits are about 8 feet deep, and finally you get a pile about 6 feet above ground level. That is then covered with more fiber, palm mats, and then finally a foot of earth, and they roast for 3 to 5 days. And we end up with an incredible fructose, which will later be fermented and distilled. After 3 to 5 days, they're taken out of the earth and they're stored in the shade for a week, where airborne microbes begin to eat the fructose and convert it to alcohol. That's another thing. So we're going to taste 3 different maguey from Oaxaca, from 3 different regions, 3 different villages. The first one is from a village called Santa Maria Alboradas. It's up around 8,000 feet, 8,500 feet. And the second one will be from Paciano, his roast, from San Luis del Rio. And the third one will be a low broad valley called Santa Catarina Minas, around 5,500 feet. So you take the, you treat it like an artichoke, chew on it, and scrape the fibers off. This one, this particular piece of roast agave is actually, there's a bitterness, there's a sweetness and a bitterness, and that bitterness is evidence that it's beginning its own fermentation. The plant is, all 3 of these are espadín. This is a dark roast agave. It's at least been roasted for like 4 days, I would say. The second one, has everyone got 3 now, or are you getting 3? Okay. The second one, notice how blonde it is. Okay? This is from San Luis del Rio. I actually selected lighter roast agave because when we did certification back in 2005 with the Regulatory Council, Paciano did a very brief roast, like a 2-day roast, and I took these blonde, less cooked agave for San Luis. Don't swallow the fiber. Now, of course, you know, as Yvonne was mentioning, and Steve mentioned, and David, the way you treat the plant, you know, the human interaction has a lot of effect on the flavor. So these are from 3 different terroirs. But you have to realize also that they're from 3 different makers who have treated them differently, okay? The last one is from a low valley, Santa Catarina, Minas. You guys all, I hope you all find the difference in the flavors from these 3 different regions. Thank you.